Never beg your ex-girlfriend to come back. If you want to ensure that your girlfriend does not come back to you, go ahead and start begging her, okay? Begging does not work when it comes to female psychology, okay? Women are not wired to respond to begging, neediness, clinginess, weak behavior, little bitch behavior as I call it. Okay, they are not wired to reward that type of behavior. They're wired to punish that type of behavior, and she will. Okay, she will. Just think of any girlfriend you've ever had that you tried to beg to come back to you, and how much worse she treated you once you started begging her to come back to you. Okay, how much more vindictive she became, how much more vicious and nasty and mean she became towards you when you started begging her to come back and started just demonstrating all signs of weakness as a man. And you were throwing yourself at the mercy, throwing yourself at the mercy of her feet. It never pans out when you try to beg your ex-girlfriend back. Okay, that is the worst possible thing you could do, next to threatening that you're gonna kill yourself. Okay, and I've seen a number of guys try that move, right? Number of beta males, man. Try to get their ex-girlfriend back, they call her up, like, hey, if you don't come back to me in the next 12 hours, you're gonna regret it, because I'm gonna kill myself, right? And they try to threaten her like that, and then girl's like, if you really want your ex-girlfriend back, the way to do it is to cut her ass off, go find somebody better looking than her and flaunt it. And really show her that you're done with her and you're over her and she means nothing to you. Okay, because once you do that, something magical will happen. She will come back. Okay, girls have this sixth sense where they can feel, when you're finally over them. Just give you a random example. Last time a girl did this to me, it was over 10 years ago, a girl I was really crazy about. I dated her for a year. I was really in love with this girl. She was super beautiful, and we really had a connection too. And I made the mistake of just not staying alpha, and I started to give into her. I bought into that blue pill social conditioning, that blue pill engineering, that hey man, we gotta compromise, you gotta respect your woman, you gotta do this for your girl, do that for your girl, and not taking into account my own needs as a man. Are my needs being met? And once a girl sees that you're not, you don't care about your own needs, she starts to lose respect for you. She's like, okay, he's making it all about me, I'll take it, and she starts to lose respect for you. So this girl, she broke up with me right before the summer, and I remember I just spent that entire summer in the dumps. She broke up with me, I remember the date was like the first week of June she broke up with me. I spent the entire summer just down in the dumps. I did not want to work out. I did not want to do anything. I had lost my job at the time, so I was really, really down in the dumps, and I felt really alone. And I wanted this girl back, and for the first few weeks I did try to kind of beg her back because I didn't know any better, and I was good at approaching girls already. I was really skilled at that, but I hadn't established that relationship game yet. Even though I was kind of red pilled with picking up girls, I was still blue pilled with being in relationship with girls, where I felt like, okay, I have to be the man, and I have to respect her, and I have to make sure I'm fulfilling her every need, and I have to make sure that when she talks, I listen, because that's what all the movies say, all the Lifetime movies. It's like, hey, when the woman speaks, you listen, mister. So I was trying to do that, and lo and behold, obviously it didn't get me anywhere. So it wasn't until a couple of months later I started to come out of it, just because I got tired of feeling sick to my stomach. I got tired of crying my ass off. I got tired of feeling like shit. And I said, you know what? I'm sick of this feeling. Screw her. I love this girl, I treated her good, and I started to think about that. I'm like, I treated this bitch good. What's her problem? I started to get angry. And I'm not even kidding. Within those few days that my emotions turned from missing her to anger, and I literally decided to go out that weekend, and I met another girl that weekend, by the way. The very first weekend I go out, I meet a new girl who ended up becoming my girlfriend, by the way. Her name was Diane. So... And Diane was better looking than my previous girlfriend. So, of course, I was way happy. But anyway, that weekend where I went out and I met Diane, it was so ominous. my ex-girlfriend tried to come back. That same freaking weekend. Literally, I mean, that same weekend that I was going out and meeting this new girl, my ex decided to come back. And, you know, and it's not like she was stalking me. She did not know what I was doing. She felt it. She felt, like, I'm not kidding. Girls have this sixth sense. They can feel when you move on. And this is why I'm telling you, as long as you're begging your ex-girlfriend back and she knows you're just sitting there waiting for her to come back, she is not going to come back. It's not until you make that decision, you finally get sick of it, sick of waiting for her, sick of dealing with her shit, and you start to really remember who she was and like all the shitty things she did to you. Because it's very easy when a girl's breaking up with you to put this kind of like halo effect on her. Like, you only think of the good things that she did and you forget all the bad things, right? You got that little halo effect. It's not until you come out of that after the breakup, enough time has passed and you're just like, screw this bitch. You know, screw her. I was good to her. I'm just gonna move on. At that moment, that is when the tide starts to turn, and you know, something in the universe, you know, something vibrational reaches her and she feels like, oh shoot, this guy is about to move on. Let me try to pull him back into my clutches, which my ex-girlfriend did, right? She tried to pull me back and I didn't come back. And she tried pretty hard too, actually. She was like, back then MySpace was big. This is kind of, you know, when Facebook was just taking off, but MySpace was big back then. She was sending me like MySpace messages and dropping all these like subliminal hints on her page, and you know, just movies that we'd watched together, places we had eaten together. She was like, oh, you know, why can't you just come back? And she had the nerve, she wrote this like blog post about me on her MySpace. She had the nerve to call me cold for not taking her back. This chick who friggin' destroyed me, like left me for dead, had the nerve to call me cold. And it just goes to show that women, they don't have it in them to hold themselves accountable for their own actions. Women just have no honor, morals, or ethics when it comes to these things. You know, it's just a little more red pill truth there. So the best way to get your ex-girlfriend back is to move forward, you know. And a lot of people out there, unfortunately, just because they know you're very emotional at this time when your girlfriend has dumped you, they're trying to sell these products like text your ex back, send her these 4 magic words and she'll come crawling back to you. No, the only thing that's going to make her come crawling back to you is seeing you with another hotter, younger woman. That will always make them come crawling back to you, hand over fist. So until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button. Also hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I have a new video being uploaded. Also make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And if you want further coaching from me, you can do that. You can jump into my monthly online coaching program called 7 Months to Mastery, where I teach you not only how to attract and pick up 8s, 9s, and 10s, the hottest women in the world, but I also teach you how to keep them, which is not something that most pickup coaches do not teach you. Most pickup coaches really, they don't even teach you how to go after the 8s, 9s, and 10s. They really just teach you how to bang club sluts, how to hang outside the club and look for the drunk chick walking out and bang that chick. A lot of these guys, they have no relationship skills, no relationship game. That's why you see a lot of these talented pickup artists too end up like crying over their girlfriends and trying to beg them back. And you're like, wow, this guy's like so phenomenal at pickup. How come he's a complete pussy when it comes to relationships? It's because a lot of these guys don't have that relationship game. They don't have that experience, but I do, because I'm somebody who's been in the game. I mean, we're talking almost 3 decades now. I hate to date myself, but yeah, we're coming up on 3 decades almost. I want to say 2.5, okay? So 2.5 decades right now that I've been in the game, not only picking up girls, but entering relationships with these girls, many long-term relationships where I really had to cut my teeth on this stuff. And you know, I've been there, man. I've been that guy trying to beg my girlfriend back. I've been that guy, you know, showing my emotions to her and crying over her and telling her everything she wants to hear, just hoping she'll come back. And you know what? Not a single girl ever came back that way. The only way they came back was when I finally got pissed, tired of feeling sick of, you know, missing them, and I got angry and I moved on and I found a better, hotter, younger girl. That is the time when they were like, oh, maybe he wasn't so bad after all. Maybe we can make this work. Yes, let's do this together. I'm back. And then you're like, no. Yo, hit the road. Until next time, I will see you in my next coaching video. There goes my pup. Gizzy. You don't beg these chicks back, right? It's like, nope. See? It's like, no, Dad.